alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In our previous lesson, we were doing Tayammum. We completed what is Tayammum. So Tayammum is a substitute for wudu or for ghusl, depending what the need is. We spoke about when will a person be able to make Tayammum. We also spoke about items that can be used for Tayammum, items that cannot be used for Tayammum. And in our last lesson, we did the 3 fara'id of Tayammum. So we said that the 3 fara'id was the niyyah, the intention. We also said that we have to strike our hands on the items being used. So we said we can use soil, we can use sand, we can use stone, we can use walls made of mud, walls made of brick. We said that we can also use earthen pots as long as they are unglazed, and we said that we can use clay or lime. So whatever item we are using, we will strike our hands onto that item and then we will wipe our face. We said we will strike our hands onto the item again and we will wipe our arms or rub onto our arms. Now today we will be doing the method of Tayammum. So how will we make Tayammum? The method and the fara'id of Tayammum is very similar. It is basically the same. So the first thing we have to do is make our niyyah. So that was the first fara'id as well. So to make our niyyah, we have to either make our niyyah for wudu or for ghusl. So I am either making the Tayammum to become clean because I have the need for wudu or because I have the need for ghusl. So whatever our intention is, we will mention. I am making niyyah as a substitute for either wudu or for either ghusl. The second thing is we will strike our hands onto the item that we are using and we will wipe our face. We have to remember that when we are striking our hands onto the item, we will be striking it with our hands slightly parted, our fingers slightly parted. So we will strike it onto the item, we will dust the dirt off, and then we will wipe our entire face. So like we said, from our hairline till below our chin, from one earlobe to the other earlobe, our entire face has to be wiped. The second thing is we will strike our hands again on the item used. Remember to separate the fingers slightly, and then we will wipe our arms. So again, we will separate the fingers slightly, strike it onto the item that we are using. We will dust the excess dust off. Remember, we only have to strike it one time for each action. Then we will dust the excess dust off and we will now wipe our arms. We have to wipe our forearms and our elbows. Our elbows also have to get wiped. Then we have to make khilal of our fingers. So what is khilal? Remember, with this we will make khilal. So khilal of the fingers. What is khilal? Khilal is to pass your one set of fingers through the openings or the divisions between your other fingers. So here, once we finish strike our hands onto the item that we are using, we will dust the excess dirt off or dust off. Then we will wipe our forearm and our elbows. Then we will take our left hand and rub through the fingers on the right hand, making sure that the fingers meet up at the points between your fingers. And then the same with the next hand, you will take your right hand and wipe over your left hand, making sure to get between the joints of the fingers. So this is our method of Tayammum. Remember that when we are making Tayammum or before we make the Tayammum, we have to remove any jewelry that we are wearing on our hands or on our arms. So if we are wearing any rings or we are wearing any bracelets or watches or any of those things that can come in the way of the Tayammum, then we have to remove them first. So we will recap what we have done. So the method of Tayammum is basically to make our intention, our niyyah, whether we're making it for wudu or for ghusl, has to be mentioned. We have to mention if we are making the niyyah for Tayammum for wudu or Tayammum for ghusl, we have to make sure we mention that. Then we have to strike our hands onto the item that we are using. Remember to separate the fingers slightly. We will strike onto the item being used, either a wall or a stone or a rock, whatever we are using, and then we will dust the excess dirt off. Then we will take our hands and we will wipe over our entire face. Remember, the entire face has to be wiped. Then we will strike our hands again onto the item being used. We will dust the excess dirt off. Then we will wipe our arms, that is our entire forearm, this entire area, including the elbow. Then we will make khilal. So we will take our left hand, wipe it through the fingers on the right hand, and then take the right hand and wipe the fingers onto the left hand. So that is the method of making tayammum. We've already learned the certain items that we can use for tayammum. In our next lesson, we will learn when will tayammum break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
As reference, I am using the Kitab Fiqhul Islam Book 2, which is available from the Lenasia Muslim Association.